I'm sorry, you're teaching me about Pythagoras theorem. You're teaching me about x minus b squared equals 2. But you're not teaching me about how to get a mortgage. I'm sorry. Okay. Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl JEWELLERY. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. For today's video, it's a bit of a different one. I'm just going to do a little disclaimer here before we proceed with this video. By the way, my laptop is like here, my microphone is right here. That's what you can see right there. Yeah, so hey guys, if you're new to my channel, my name is JEWELLERY. I'm 20 years old. I'm a fashion and lifestyle content creator, and I've got a daughter. She's 1. So I'm in a process of rebranding, and I say this with hesitation because I've said this, I feel like, so many times on my channel. If you're new, this has nothing to do with you. I'm so sorry. I'll leave a timestamp to skip, but I'm on this process of, I feel like my YouTube has become a place where I can just vlog. Like, I know there's certain YouTube channels that they are vloggers, that's all they post, and that's completely fine, but for me, I feel like I'm lacking in a purpose on YouTube. I used to post, I always say this, but I used to post valuable content. Like, I used to do how-tos, I used to do styling videos like all the time. I feel like my channel has just become a place for me to document my life, and I'm becoming more private. Like, I don't want to show every single thing of my day-to-day life all the time. Those of you who wanted more, you know, business related videos, self-help videos, lifestyle videos, and just how-to videos, that's what I'm going to start to do on my YouTube channels. I am going to be doing a vlog here and there. I'm not going to be doing a vlog every week. I'm only going to vlog when I actually have things going on, and maybe the occasional mundane vlogs, but other than that, this is the new content. So let's just get into this video. This video is going to be 10 things that I am going to be doing and I am currently doing to make 6 figures. Just a little background on myself for those of you who don't know me. I am a content creator and a business owner. I am an Instagrammer, TikToker. I really don't like saying that, but I do TikTok and I do Instagram, and I also do YouTube, but the majority of my income comes from my Instagram and from my business, Grey Jewellery. That's what I'm wearing right now. If you guys want to get yourself some gold jewelry, shop at Grey. But yeah, I've got a jewelry business, and that's one of my main sources of income, as well as being a content creator and doing sponsorships and brand deals, etc, etc. I do want to expand my streams of income, so that's just a little bit of background history. So I'm going to be sharing with you guys today 10 things that I am going to be doing in the year of 2022 and beyond to become a 6-figure gal, I guess, a businesswoman. And this is just a disclaimer, I am not a financial advisor. I don't actually know what I'm talking about. I'm just speaking on my experience. I'm speaking on what I'm currently doing and what works for me, and I'm just trying to be helpful and give you guys some tips and advice, because I have gotten a lot of questions on this on my Instagram in regards to finances and in regards to my streams of income. If you guys want to know more about my personal streams of income, then listen to my podcast. It's called FORME. Episodes are out every single Thursday, so listen to that. Link will be down below. So the first thing that I am going to be doing in order to get to having 6 figures in my bank account and being a person with multiple streams of income is tracking my spending. How do you expect to become a millionaire, you know, to have a good amount of money if you don't know where your money's going? You need to track your spending in regards to all aspects of your life. If you are above the age of like 18 and you have bills to pay, you know, you pay rent or you pay for your phone bill, etc, etc, you eat out, you pay for your college books or whatever, your university books, you need to know where your money is going. You don't want to be there at the end of every single month like, oh my god, how did I spend £1,200? Oh my god, how did I spend £5,000? Oh my god, how did I spend £500 this month? And you don't want to be there clueless as to where your money is going. You don't want to be there like confused. So you need to get to tracking your finances and tracking the ins and outs of your money, and that goes on perfectly. I don't want to self-promo, but I have a website. It's called JEWELLERY.com. that also will be down below. So on my website, you guys can shop. My budget tracker is basically what I use every single month to track my income and my outgoings. It's been really, really helpful in terms of getting my life sorted, especially I'm in the process of wanting to look for a house, not buying a house, nowhere near wanting to buy a house, not yet, God's grace, but it's just good to see where your money goes. Because I pay bills, because I have a child, and you know, I'm a content creator, I need to know where my money goes. I need to know how much a brand is paying me this month and how much, you know, I have to pay for my water bill and my council tax, etc, etc. So council tax, that reminds me actually. Yeah, so I use Starling and Monzo. This video is not sponsored, by the way. My favorite ways to track my spending is apps and bank accounts like Monzo and Starling. Those are the 2 that I use. Monzo is purely for my bills, my rent, that's what I use, and my shopping as well. So all of the bills side, that goes on my Monzo. My Starling is more for my personal expenses, It's what I use to track my business expenses. It's what I use to buy my inventory and buy my materials and, you know, my stock and everything like that. The second thing that I'm going to be doing this year and that I've already been doing for the last year and a half is reinvesting back into myself and reinvesting back into my business. Because I'm a business owner, because I have a jewelry business, everything that I earn from that goes back into my business one way or another, whether that's on marketing, on my website, on my inventory, on my materials. Reinvesting back in investing in yourself, period, is something you should be doing anyway, whether that is with education, going to university, studying a course online, or even just starting a business, launching a side hustle, doing something on the side. Reinvesting back into your skills and reinvesting back into you is so important, because you don't want to be a one-hit wonder. You know, there's certain musicians out there that just make one good song and then they're gone. You don't want to be like that. You don't want to be like that. You don't want to be the person where, you know, you're at a social event, you're at a networking event, and then everyone's there like, oh my God, I know you from this show. Oh my God, I know you because you have this business, you have this podcast, you have this Instagram account. And then you're there like, you only have Instagram, or you only have a website, or you only have a podcast. You need to be multifaceted. You need to have different skills, and you need to be able to bring different things to the table, especially in this economy, especially in this day and age. But yeah, you need to be able to bring different skills to the table. In this 2022, I'm sorry, there's too many people doing the same things. You need to stand out in terms of the skills that you bring, your editing choices, your video editing choices, your photography skills, you know, your mathematical skills. That it can be anything. You just need to learn to reinvest back in yourself. It doesn't have to be major. It just has to be something, whether that's reading a new book, watching a documentary on something that you want to learn, or watching a YouTube video, doing a course, going to university. It can be literally reinvesting back into yourself and doing something every single day, every month, every week to benefit you. The third thing that I'm going to be doing and that I'm learning to do here and now is changing my relationship and my mindset with money. Growing up, I've talked about this on my podcast. I don't remember which episode, but I know I talked about it. Growing up, money was a topic. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say like I never knew about saving. I never knew about bills. I was raised in a fantastic household where, you know, all the women in my life told me about bills and told me about saving and saving for a house and all of that. But I never fully understood it because in school, no one teaches it. Why does no one teach you about money? I'm sorry, you're teaching me about Pythagoras theorem. You're teaching me about x minus b squared equals 2, but you're not teaching me about how to get a mortgage. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm learning to change my relationship and my mindset about money in terms of thinking about money as something that is so far off. Thinking about money that is so like far from me, like it's unreachable. I used to think about money as a thing that rich people only can accumulate, and once they get a sum of money, they keep getting that sum of money. That's what I used to think. I used to think money was so difficult to get, especially in my industry, being an influencer, being a black influencer. I talk about this all the time. There is an inequality with it. It's not just within the industry of being an influencer or content creator, it's within everything. The work industry, like a 9 to 5. There are so many discrimination policies against people of color, women, just people of minorities. I used to just think because I'm a young black woman, it's going to be so much harder for me to make money. So that really put me down, especially in college and university. I always thought that money was just so astronomically far away from me. It was so unreachable. But now being 20, having a child, I really have to teach myself, and I am teaching myself, that money is endless. Do you know how much money is out there in the world? And there's a large sum of it for you. Like, if you are religious, if you're spiritual, I'm spiritual, I'm not personally religious, I don't have a religion. You know that this person, God, the universe, has something set for you, that you have you have a multitude of purposes in this world that you want to fulfill or you need to fulfill. And if you're not spiritual or religious at all, you know that there's something that you want to achieve at the end of your life. You want to be able to, you know, grow old and be able to be like, yeah, I made it. You need to not think about money as a thing that is not attainable for you, whether that's because of your background, because you came from a low-income household, or because you didn't go to university like me. I didn't go to university. I didn't finish university because I had a child, and now I'm here, and all my friends, like my partner's graduating this year, my friends are graduating this year, and I'm sat here like, oh my God, am I not going to be able to succeed? Am I going to fail because I didn't go to university? And that's not the case, because I don't want to work for anyone ever again. I'm self-employed. My mindset has changed in terms of money is endless. There is so much money out there for you, and you just need to find the means to get it. You need to find ways to get it, whether that's starting a business or selling a course or going to university and then getting a job and then working your way up in the ladder. Whatever it is you want to do, you need to change your mindset with money and not think about it as something that is unattainable, because it is. The fourth thing that I'm doing and that I've done for the last 2 years is moving in silence. I've said this all the time on all my platforms. Moving in silence is just so important. I don't think people understand the importance of it. Moving in silence and stop talking to people about money. I used to be so open with my friends and with random people, especially in this industry, about how much I make or how much money I'm not making, and woe is me, I don't have any money, or I'm so broke. I used to say all of this stuff all the time. First of all, don't tell people you're broke. Why do you want people to know that? You may be broke, you may be suffering, you may have 1p in your bank account, but no one needs to know that. If anything, it's just putting more stuff out into the universe, it's putting more stuff, negative things out into the world, and it's blocking you from getting to your blessings. Why do you want to block yourself from your blessings? I would expect people to tell me how much they're making once I told them. No one asked me to tell them, so what is wrong with me? Why was I like that? I actually don't understand. The only people that I talk to the only person I talk about money is my partner, because guess what? We have a child together, where we want to buy a house together. Like, we need to know each other's finances. So he's the only person that I talk to about my finances in terms of, you know, how much this brand paid me, and he would tell me to negotiate, or he would tell me that's a good amount. Like, he is my manager in terms of this. I'm not going to go to X person over here. I'm not going to go to my college friend or my university friend, my university lecturer, and tell them, oh my god, a brand paid me, I don't know, £500. Is that too much or too little? Why do they need to know that? You need to learn to move in silence. You need to learn to keep your business to yourself, because you really want to think that everyone has your best interest at heart, but that's not the case, and I've learned that the hard way. Not everyone has your best interest at heart. Not everyone needs to know your business, so keep your business to yourself. Okay, number 5 is understanding your market. Understanding the market that you want to get yourself into, if you are or wanting to start a business, if you already have a business. For me, my jewelry business, I've really had to learn who my target audience is and who my audience is. Who is my typical shopper? You need to learn, if you are wanting to start a business, if you're wanting to be a content creator, who is your target audience? Who are the people that you're trying to target, and who are you trying to get to shop your product? So many businesses and so many people who want to be in business, whether that's having a personal brand. Like, I know who my target audience is in terms of my personal brand, in terms of on my YouTube channel, my TikTok and my Instagram. Therefore, I can do things and I can create content to cater to those people. Like, I'm not going to make a finance video when I don't know anything about finance, and I know my audience don't like anything to do with finance or don't know anything about finance. Why am I going to do that? It doesn't make any sense. That's like me saying, I have 95% female audience, which I do. 95% of my audience is female. Why am I going to make a football video? Why am I going to talk about the World Cup? What does that have to do with my target audience? So do you understand what I mean now? Not even your target audience. If you don't know the market, for example, if you want to be an influencer or content creator, if you want to do fashion, it's such a big industry nowadays. Everyone wants to do it. Everyone's saying they're a micro influencer or nano influencer or whatever, they're an influencer. You can't just blend in. You really need to know the market that you're getting into. You need to know the industry that you're wanting to get into, whether that is finance, music, fashion, I don't know, business, anything like that. You need to know the industry. You need to research the industry. Otherwise, you're not going to understand it, getting into it, and you're going to potentially lose a lot of money just from not doing your research. The 6th thing is recent for me, and that is learning to say no to opportunities. It has been really difficult because I am in the fashion industry. Majority of my content is on fashion and my outfits and, you know, dressing up and all that. A lot of people hate the fashion industry. Completely understand. I completely understand. I have recently gone down this lane of saying no to brands who don't align with my values. I recently read an article on fast fashion and the detriments and the things that it's just doing. Like, I've never been oblivious. I always have known. I studied fashion in university. Like, I know the fashion industry. Before that, I had a fashion magazine. I was in the fashion industry before becoming an influencer. So I always knew that the fashion industry has always been one of the biggest contributors to the Earth's climate and, you know, the work ethics and the work conditions of people creating these clothes. So for me, I've now made the conscious decision to shop more consciously, to shop sustainably, to shop slow fashion. And that's meant saying no to brand opportunities. And ever since I've started saying no to different fast fashion brands who are offering me so much higher than I've ever negotiated before. Yes, it has been hard because it's my job and I have a child to feed, but at the same time, it just doesn't equal and it doesn't align with my values. So I've had to learn to say no, and now I'm doing the conscious effort. I'm making the conscious effort to look for and research sustainable brands and slow fashion brands instead of wearing the same old thing and wearing the same old PLT top or the PLT dress or I don't know, whoever's cargo pants. Like, so when it comes to you, when it comes to your opportunities, when it comes to your life, whatever it is that you do, you need to learn to say no to certain things things that just don't align with your values or don't align with you and who you are and your brand. You can't just say yes to get a pretty penny. I mean, I've done that before, and I've worked with one of the biggest fast fashion brands, and they completely screwed me over in terms of how much they paid me and their values, and, you know, not including people of color, but then using me as the only person of color influencer to show that they do use people of color. Anyway, that's a story for another day. But you need to learn to say no to things that don't align with you or don't align with your brand. And it is really hard, and it is something that you need to learn to do. The older I get, the more I enjoy saying no, because it's just fun. Like, I used to be such a people pleaser. If you're a people pleaser, you understand. But I used to be such a people pleaser, and I never used to say no to people. I never liked to say no. I would only say no until later on, once the thing is done, or once I've done the job, or once I, you know, have done the task for someone. And it would really ruin me. Like, why do I want to do that to myself? You need to learn to say no in regards to anything that just doesn't align with you or your personality or your brand ethics, anything like that. So tip number 7 is something I mentioned in the beginning of this video, and that is learning to understand that there is money for you. So be open to the idea that there is money for you. You can't be going around speaking negatively about you or your dreams or your future or your job or your business or whatever it is you want to achieve in your life. You don't want to speak negatively on something that you're currently doing, because I feel like that also messes with your mental, because in your subconscious you're thinking, oh no, I can't do this, I can't do this. And next you know, guess what, you don't do it because your subconscious was telling you that you couldn't do it, and in your forefront you're thinking, yeah, I can, but in the back of your mind you're saying no. So you need to learn to understand and to accept that there is money for you. There's an abundance of money for you somewhere, whether that's a trust fund, whether that's, you know, a family member passing it down to you, whether that's, you know, getting a loan from someone for a business, whether that's winning money in the lottery, you know, working your way up in the job ladder, selling out in your first week of being a business. Like, there is money for you, and there are so many ways that you can accumulate said money. You just need to be open to the idea that you can get money in the first place. Number 8, again, something I've been doing, well, not restricting myself to living my life and to having fun. I'm laughing because I've never been one to save. I've never saved in my life. Like, up until the age of 19 last year, no, up until I had a child, up until I had my daughter, I never saved money because I never had a purpose to. I'm more of a spender than a saver, still till this day. I enjoy spending money. I enjoy going out for food. I enjoy going out for a coffee, even though I have a coffee machine at home that makes good coffee, better coffee than in cafes. I still choose to go to a Starbucks. It's more for the experience. I pay and spend money for the experience, not for the actual thing, not for the actual food. You need to not be opposed to living your life and having fun with your money, because you are allowed to spend your money on things that you enjoy. You don't want to be sat there like, I'm saving for a house. I'm saving for a house. I can't go out with my friends. I'm saving for a house. I can't be doing this. You're allowed to. Yes, you're saving for a house. Yes, you're saving for a car. Yes, you're saving for whatever it is that you want to save for a holiday, for a bag. You're also allowed to have fun. You're also allowed to spend money. You're also allowed to go out with your friends. Don't restrict yourself to having fun, and don't restrict yourself to living your life, because you'll just be depressed. You'll just be sad. You won't enjoy it. And by the time you end up saving all that money for that said thing, you're going to move into your home and be like, where's my friends now? Now I want to go out for a cocktail. Where's my friends? Number 9 is inviting the right type of people into my life. I say this all the time. Your circle and the people that you choose to surround yourself with are heavily going to impact who you are heavily going to impact your personality and your behavior. I have heard a lot of people say they don't agree with the statement, which that's your personal opinion, but for me, your circle has a major impact in who you are, in your values. If you're around a group of people who, you know, they are deadbeat, they don't have a job, they're lazy, they're sluggish, you know, they walk around with their head hanging to their feet, with their trousers hanging to their ankles. If they're that type of people and you hang around with them day in, day out, you go to lunch with them, you sit on the sofa with them, you listen to them constantly talk negatively, guess what? You're eventually going to take on those traits and those habits. You may not become that person completely, but you definitely will be influenced by them. Whether that's in your life choices later down the line, or just the way that you choose to go out on your day-to-day life. They don't have to have this same exact, I want to be a 6-figure millionaire, because my friends, half of my friends, a lot of my friends are in university graduating. They have 9-to-5 jobs. They also have a child, but they don't have a business. They don't understand social media because it's just not what they want to do. They want to work a 9-to-5. I want to work for myself. I'm not going to be friends with someone who's the complete opposite as me. That's just not, it's not my vibe. It's not my vibe. When you start to win, when you start to make 6 figures, when you start to blow up, all of a sudden they're going to come running back. I say this from experience. And the last thing that I'm doing to make 6 figures, and something that I really think you should do as well, is to remove what no longer serves you. Relationships, best friends, exes, situationship, family in some cases. Why are you going to keep people in your life that just does not make you happy? I'm not going to keep a relationship. I'm not going to stay with this person, not my partner. But for example, if I was in a relationship that wasn't serving me, if he wasn't treating me the way that I deserve to be treated, if he wasn't doing the things that I want him to do, if he wasn't, speaking nicely about me, if he was abusive mentally, physically, emotionally, why are you going to stay with them? I understand that it's for the security, and I understand that it's the idea of wow. Being familiar. You like the idea of it being familiar. I completely relate to this. In my previous situationship, I didn't want to leave the abusiveness because it was familiar to me, and I knew them and they knew me. I didn't want to get to know someone again. You need to learn to remove what doesn't serve you anymore, because why do you want yourself to suffer? I feel like people enjoy themselves suffering sometimes, because I see people with best friends who don't support what they do, only support them when they have beef with someone, when they want to fight someone. Get out of toxic situations. It's 2022. We need to put ourselves first. I'm sorry. That is all for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you like videos like this. It is really different for me, but these are the videos I enjoy, so I'm going to keep doing it. Let me know what topics you want me to talk about down below in the comments, and if you are new, don't forget to subscribe. A lot more content like this is coming. Don't forget to check out JEWELLERY.com for your $1.99. It's $1.99, you guys. If you guys want to track your spending, track your income, track your outcome, and learn to track your money to not be broke in 2022, it will be linked down below, as well as my podcast, as well as my jewelry business. Support your girl, help your girl out this year. But yeah, love you guys so much. Don't forget to stay happy, stay safe, stay inspired. Have a lovely weekend. The sun is shining, the skies are blue. Have a lovely weekend, you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.